Klaus freaking Schwab himself is officially being investigated. You guys know all about the World Economic Forum, right? You know, the World Economic Forum, and Klaus Schwab, the guy who founded it.
We have to rebuild trust. Trust in our future, trust in our capacity to overcome challenges, and most importantly, trust in each other.
I don't know what it is yet or how this will all play out, but tell me we didn't do something with this whole push we had this last election cycle. Tell me there's not some sort of domino effect playing out here, and I will not believe you, sir. World Economic Forum opens a new probe into founder Klaus Schwab. Bro, you guys know this is them playing defense. They're clearly scared of something, and they're trying to distance themselves from whatever it is as they enter this new chapter. I wonder if it has anything to do with Klaus Schwab's original resignation.
Founder and chairman of the World Economic Forum unexpectedly announced his resignation. Klaus Schwab announced on May 21st that he will resign as executive chairman next year, yet he will retain a non-executive role. Schwab created the World Economic Forum in 1971. Today, its annual meetings are the best-known gathering of international world elites, often referred to as globalist. What's the purpose of the World Economic Forum? Its own website states that its goal is to shape global, regional, and industrial agendas. Back in the 1930s, Schwab's father was a director in a company that used slave labor to build atomic bomb technologies for Nazi Germany. Schwab was, of course, too young to be complicit in these crimes, but Nazi Germany's agenda of corporate socialism strongly resembles the so-called stakeholder capitalism agenda of Schwab and the World Economic Forum. This agenda pushes world leaders to replace individual freedom, including free markets, with wealth taxes, government regulation, and infrastructure spending. The COVID-19 crisis made much of this possible in what Schwab and others advocated as the Great Reset. Since then, globalists have pushed more openly for a system that is more overtly socialist. Presumed potential replacements for Schwab include Christine Lagarde, the president of the European Central Bank, Mark Benioff, the CEO of Salesforce, Peter Maurer, the CEO of the International Red Cross, and former British Prime Minister Tony Blair. The reason and significance of Schwab stepping back is unclear, but the World Economic Forum and globalist elites may yet succeed where Adolf Hitler's regime failed.
See, he was originally going to stay on the board of the World Economic Forum, but it looks like he's quit since this probe was launched. World Economic Forum opens a new probe into founder Klaus Schwab. Founder quit after the board moved to investigate whistleblower allegations, which he denies, including the use of luxury property and travel. Is that it? That's what they're investigating Klaus freaking Schwab for. I mean, that's kind of like investigating George Soros for tax evasion. And I think it's really telling that it's an internal investigation. I got a hunch, now tell me if I'm wrong here, guys. I got a hunch that they are trying to gain control of a narrative by jumping on it before any other third party that might be investigating them does. World Economic Forum founder Klaus Schwab is under investigation by the organization he created after a new whistleblower letter alleged financial and ethical misconduct by the longtime leader and his wife. The anonymous letter was sent last week to the forum's board and raised concerns about the forum's governance and workplace culture, including allegations that the Schwab family mixed their personal affairs with the forum's resources without proper oversight, according to the letter and people familiar with the matter. Okay, here's what's weird to me though. Isn't this what they always do? I mean, this is what people at the head of these organizations always do. And they usually are just allowed to do it because the class that they're in, because the connections that they have with no resistance. And Klaus Schwab is kind of at the center of all of the infrastructure for kind of converting this world into some sort of collectivist totalitarian nightmare, just like George Soros. Freaking bug on the wall. So, I mean, what's going on here in reality? What's happening under the surface, behind the scenes, that we are not privy to? Because why would he be investigated for something that like Bill and Melinda Gates, I'm sure, do the same thing with their foundation. I'm sure Bill and Hillary Clinton do the same thing with theirs. What's going on here? I'm getting sleight of hand vibes. I'm getting, oh, don't worry, we'll investigate it. We'll investigate it. Just leave us alone. Give us another 5 minutes. Just give us another 5 minutes. No, officer. No. Don't come in the house. In fact, the guy you don't like is leaving. He's leaving. And you're not even going to recognize the name of whoever replaces him. So who cares anyway, right? I don't know, man. I'm getting whitewash, sleight of hand, don't look over here vibes. I mean, this is news. You would expect some of these outlets to be reporting on this. I couldn't find the video covering this probe anywhere on the tubes, man. Yo, you guys rock. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like the content, go ahead and like and subscribe. Share the video with someone you know. Let's get this information out there. I appreciate you guys, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.